Hey, good afternoon, folks. It's Steve Cat5JUF. This is a follow-up video. We have an MFJ-225 that Mike let me borrow at breakfast this morning, and Don also let me borrow one too. It's a different model. We're going to do a different video on that. But just to recap, what we're doing today is we're going to run the Antenna Analyzer MFJ-225, and we're going to run it on the CP610, and we're going to look at where the antenna is resident and where it's not resident at. So again, this is the test results I had from the install. We had great SWRs across the entire 10-meter band. This is showing you at 20.400, which is about 1.4, 1.5, which is kind of consistent with what the test results showed. At FM 600, we were resident also. Again, this is fairly close, and you'll see this on the actual antenna analyzer. The problem we got into is when we went up to 6 meter. Right at 6 meters, the SWR at 50 megahertz is 3, and actually as you go all the way up to 54 megahertz, the antenna across the entire 6 meter band is not resident at all. It's totally useless. So anyway, we did find out that it is resident, for example, up at 56 megahertz, so we kind of did a band sweep and looked at the entire band to find out where the antenna was usable compared to where it wasn't. So maybe that'll help the engineering guys solve it. So anyway, we'll jump over to the video, and thanks again for watching, and we'll jump over. Thanks, I appreciate it. Hey, good afternoon. Okay, folks, so we're with the MFJ. We're actually going to review two different analyzers. And the first one we're going to do is the one, the MFJ-225, and the other one we're going to do is the Nano VNA-H4. So I thought I would do this one first. This one's a little bit easier to get into. So what I did is my power source, I have the button pressed out for USB. If you were to press it in, it would run on a battery. I'm getting power from my USB port on my computer. So this switch will be out because it's in the USB mode, USB power. And we're going to turn on the power. It's going to give you four options. We're going to use 1 and 3. So what we'll do first is we'll kind of take you through press 1 to get here, press 2 to get here, press 3 to get here, and that will get us through kind of initial startup. There's a couple of terms we're going to use. One of them is called step, width, and frequency. So what we're going to do first is we're going to look at just a bar graph. Press 1, which will take us to here. Now there we are right there. We have the frequency. Now what you do is you adjust this knob here, and this will change the frequency. But what I want you to notice is this is called the step right here. So right now I'm changing the frequency every 100K. So you see how I'm doing that right there? If I wanted to change the step, I would press the mode switch and it would change to step, and now I would change it to, for example, if I wanted to change it every 10K, which would give us a little bit better resolution. That we're in step mode, I'm going to press the mode here. Now we're back in frequency mode. Now this one's going to adjust. So what I want to show you is this antenna will start at 2800, and we'll kind of watch what the SWR does. That's at the low end, and it's 2.53 at that frequency. Now as I go up the band, it's about 2.4, 2.2. We're still down in the digital data area, 2.4. And we'll keep going up. Now we're at 2. So if we keep going up, we're at 1.9. Now we're going to get up into the voice area. We're still at 2. 1.8 to 2. As you get a little closer here, now we're getting in a little bit more manageable area there, 1.7 in that ballpark there. So what we'll do is we'll continue to go up, and you notice as it's now it's getting a little bit better. We're at 28.5. Notice what happens here. We're at 1.6. It's getting better, and now we're at 1.4. But watch this, when you get up into the 2900s, it actually gets much better. Now we're down to 1.4. And when we get up here to, we're at 1. This is kind of slow, but you kind of see how it's getting a little better. It's down to 1.5. So this is all usable. This is all good. And actually at 29600, it's perfect. 1.2. That is perfect. So that's where it's resonant at. And of course, when you get up out of the band, even up here, it's still even at 29 all the way up. It's perfectly resonant all the way up here. This is up at 30 megahertz, and it's resonant all the way up. So what I want to show you next is, let's go to 6 meter. So what we're going to do next is we're going to change the step to meg, to 10 meg. Now we're in step mode. There's 10 meg. I'm going to press it again to go back to frequency mode. Now watch what happens here. Now there we are, we're at the bottom of 6 meters. So let's go back. We're going to change the step again to, let's go to 10K. That way we can just kind of watch the resolution. Now watch as I got to get back into frequency mode. There we go. Now watch what happens. See, we're at 3.8 at the bottom of the 6 meter band, and it's just horrible all the way up. 3 all the way across the 6 meter band, and it actually gets worse. I mean, you can see it. It's just horrible. It's horrible. And what's crazy about it is it's horrible all the way across the band. It doesn't change at all. It is like this all the way across 6 meter. And it's kind of exactly what I was seeing. Nothing working. And we're halfway across the band, and we're still running 4 SWR. And we're at 52, 3.8. See, it's just horrible all the way across the band. Now what's funny is, when you get up here, even at the top of the band, it's useless. It's a 3 all the way up. Now what I want to show you is, when you get up, let's go to 56. Change the step to, let's go to 1 meg. Watch this. 57 megahertz. Now it's resonant. Watch this. I'm going to change the mode again. Let's go back down to 10K. And watch this. It's perfectly resonant all the way through this, all the way up at 57 megahertz. It's perfect. So it's, like I said, there's perfect all the way up. So it's kind of crazy. So now what I want to show you is, let's go to a different mode. We're going to look at the sweep mode. We're going to go to number 3. Now this is the same ideal here. What I want to show you now is, this is the actual spectrum that we're looking at. Let's go down to 10 meter. And what I'm going to do here is, I'm going to change the shift to 1 meg. The width, I'm going to leave it alone. And we're going to go back to frequency. So watch what happens as I start bringing it down to 10 meter. Right here, there's 10 meter right, no wait, okay, there's 26. We've got to change the width. So let's go back here to W. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit better there. So now you can see this is a little bit better resolution, Now we're going to go back to frequency. So this is what it's doing. At 28,154 we're at 2, but what I want you to pay attention to here is, let's change the width one more time where we can see the whole thing. There we go, one more time. There we go, that's what I want to show you. Let's go back to frequency, which will be F. Now this is what the antenna is doing right here. So you can see this is the frequency range here. There we go, there's 29. So this is the frequency range right in here, and you can see at 29.92 it's perfectly resident. So right in here is going to be the 10 meter band, and we're fine, we're below 2, but what I want to show you is, let's go up to 6 meter. This is what's crazy. 38 megahertz, it's useless. See, it's flatlined up there. It's at infinity essentially. But watch now. At 45 megahertz, it becomes resident again. 46 megahertz, 48 megahertz, perfectly usable between 45 and 48. Now we go back. Now we're getting into 6 meter. Totally useless. Totally useless. Infinity essentially useless. And it's still nothing. The whole 6 meter band is from here to here, and it's at infinity essentially. Now when we go up to 56 megahertz, look what happens, it becomes resident again. So it's really strange. It's almost like the antenna is just too short is what it almost sounds like. And let's do something just for fun here. We can actually go to, let's go back to step, width, and we can actually bring this and make this real narrow. Now let's go back to frequency. So you can see right there, there's the useful spot of it right there, but it's resident up here at 54. And let's go down to, see, there's an area right there in 42 you can use it. See where it's, see where it's got the residency. Now here's another area at 32 where it's usable, and right there is usable, and this is all, that's right within the 10 meter band right there. So essentially what we're dealing with here is what appears to me, we have an antenna that's too short. So we'll go back to number 1, and again, like I said, I think the antenna is too short, but this is the information, so I kind of wanted to just put this on a video so everybody can see it. And hopefully, this is really a nice, this is my friend Mike, let me borrow this. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that. So again, it's real simple to use. Again, I'm using the USB, so this switch will be in the out position. Turn it on. This position number 1. What you have to remember is you've got to use the mode switch to go from frequency, which is this here, and then if you go to step, this changes the step, which is the rate at which the frequency changes. So change that to 1 meg. And there we go. Now we're back at frequency. So again, you can see, but again, in the 6 meter band, it's not usable at all. It's not usable, but it is usable on some other frequencies. So anyway, this is the information. Hopefully this will be helpful to the guys at Diamond. Hopefully they can help me figure out what's going on. So thanks again for watching.